Gray and black. You like that one?
One backpack at a time.
You like this one?
The sheriff's office is hoping to help families in Orange County get ready for back to school.
Here you are.
For parents, the exciting time means checking off lots of items from a shopping list.
You got to get binders, you got to get crayons, you got to get pencils.
The giveaway today, a big help for the Scott household.
With inflation, everything going up so high, it really helps out the parent to come and get the school supplies.
A couple hundred families waited in line to pick up these backpacks. You can see that line stretches all the way down to here. Stacy Moreland waited with her 3 children to pick up the school essentials. While the event didn't cover all the supplies they need, Moreland says it's a start, telling us she's dreading the price tag of back-to-school shopping as inflation has now hit a 4-decade high.
Even the crayons, they went up almost $1 for a 24-pack of Crayola crayons, and I'm just like, oh, I know it's going to be an expensive shopping trip, but I know it's got to be done.
Rossi Jean and his brother Wensley picked up school supplies at the event today, too.
Pencil case with pencils inside of it.
The elementary schoolers say they're counting down the days until school starts back up.
I can't wait to go to this new school.
The brothers leaving today's event with a bit of a head start as they get ready to see schoolmates again. Do you feel ready to go back to school?
Yep, I feel prepared.
Reporting in Orange County, I'm Sabrina Majore, Channel 9 Eyewitness News.
We are in Wilbur by the Sea, which is just south of Daytona Beach shores. You can see that wind just whipping. It is ferocious. It is pushing sand everywhere and is almost able to knock you off your feet. It's that strong. I'm going to step out of the way so we can show you what we're seeing out here. These are people's homes that are hanging on by a thread as all of the dunes have been washed away and those seawalls were destroyed. Now, these beaches took a beating during Hurricane Ian several weeks ago, and now with Nicole rolling through, it's just making the damage worse. So very heartbreaking to see. You can see pieces of the home have been ripped off by those strong winds. So don't know how much more these homes can take, and conditions just continue to get worse out here. Reporting in Wilbur by the Sea, I'm Christy Turner. We are seeing widespread destruction here in Wilbur by the Sea. Take a look for yourself. It's catastrophic. This is a home that crumbled into the Atlantic Ocean, and neighbors say they've never seen anything like this. You can see all of the debris there on the beach. That's part of the roof dangling down. A couple of doors down, a neighbor lost his home as well. He sent me a video, and it's unbelievable from inside. The foundation just snapped off, and in his kitchen it drops off, and you can see right down into the ocean. But we were here when this house was still standing around 2 o'clock this morning. It was barely hanging on. You could actually see underneath the house, but hours of lashing waves and the wind caused the structure to come crashing down. The waves are receding, which is good news. The low tide giving these homes and the beach a break that's desperately needed. However, the damage is already done. We are seeing major beach erosion up and down the coast. And here's how neighbors are reacting to seeing these homes destroyed.
We've gone from having a beach in right through September, a calm Labor Day, 100 yards of beach and sand dune up to the seawall. And now the seawalls are gone, and homes are falling in the ocean. It's very surreal.
The dunes and seawalls were destroyed by Hurricane Ian, and Nicole just delivered that knockout punch. We are expecting another high tide later today, which is just going to cause those waves to continue to eat away at the sand and the property lines. For now, reporting in Volusia County, Christy Turner, Channel 9 Eyewitness News.
Channel 9's Christy Turner has been showing us the damage in that area, and she is live there once again this afternoon for us. Christy, you got an up-close look at damage today.
And it is catastrophic. Just check out what's left of these homes here in Wilbur by the Sea. You can see that couch peeking out right there. This was their piece of paradise, and now it looks like this.
It's like the end of a kind of an era for this Wilbur by the Sea, peaceful little place.
Jim Baruffi has lived in Wilbur by the Sea since 1981. He says the beach is unrecognizable in the wake of Hurricane Nicole.
And we got a double whammy, and it annihilated the whole beach.
Drone 9 takes you up close to the destruction along the coast in Volusia County. Home after home destroyed, pools dangling into the ocean. This house snapped in half like a toothpick. Others still barely hanging on.
Seeing the damage in person is unbelievable. When I open this door, take a look for yourself. You can see right out into the ocean. Back there used to be the living room, and now it's gone.
I opened the door and you could feel the wind fly through, and I just started bawling.
Krista Goodrich knows the homeowner and manages his properties.
So just as a community, we are going to have to band together and be strong.
Protective dunes and seawalls were compromised by Hurricane Ian. Nicole delivered a final blow.
And Nicole it literally looked like it lifted up the ocean. I don't know how high it rose, but it looked monstrous.
Rufy says his beloved beach will never be the same.
This is changing the scope of the beach in Florida forever.
Welcome back. It's 5:45. Only Channel 9 is speaking with the team of Orlando firefighters who saved a woman who was trapped inside a burning car.
The dramatic rescue happened during National EMS Week at a time to thank our first responders who put their lives on the line every day. Channel 9's Christy Turner spoke to those firefighters who say this rescue really hit close to home.
They said they were upgrading it, entrapment with a person inside, and the vehicle's on fire.
It's proof there's no such thing as an ordinary call.
This is it. This is what we train for.
The Tower 15 crew with the Orlando Fire Department jumped into action Monday when a car that crashed caught fire on North Lake Parkway and Narcoossee Road.
You could see the glow before we got there, and then the car was on its hood, and then the girl hanging out the back.
The woman trapped inside, begging for help.
That's what made the call a little bit more stressful, actually, when you have a live victim that's expressing, get me out of here.
It was a team effort.
Put the truck and pump, get the line out.
Keep the fire in check.
While Lieutenant Basil Ibrahim checked on the woman.
As I was talking to her, there was so much smoke pumping out.
He made a split-second decision.
She's going to need some sort of air support.
This is the air pack Lieutenant Ibrahim took off and gave to the woman so she could breathe. A selfless act, but had he not done that, he says this outcome would have been much worse.
I could guarantee that she would not have made it from just suffocating, smoke inhalation.
They got her out with seconds to spare.
A minute after we got her out, the vehicle caught on fire even more.
They say this rescue was extra special.
We found out that the victim was the stepdaughter of one of our own the next day. All right, look, I got goosebumps. So it made this even more personal.
The woman is doing better.
We got a card, signed it, just give it to her for, well wishes, and we'll hopefully reconnect with her once she feels better and gets out of the hospital.
The crew is being praised for their bravery.
We are not heroes. We simply just did our job.
Christy Turner, Channel 9 Eyewitness News.
Baby Otter Swim School instructors emphasized education is crucial for preventing drownings. That's why they partnered with Westgate Resorts to offer classes right now for kids of any ability to jump in and learn skills needed to prevent a tragedy from happening.
With a personality that was made to entertain, 10-year-old Diego loves to sing,
I want to dance, somebody.
Dance.
I want to be somebody.
And swim.
Take your feet up and down.
But his love for the water didn't come without worry for his mother, Melena.
And sometimes he doesn't realize the dangers.
Diego is on the autism spectrum. So for Melena, she wanted him to have the skills to navigate through living in Central Florida.
There's a lot of lakes, pool. He's hot. Kids wants to be on the water, so I want that he learn to swim for that, to protect himself.
Moms like her are why the Baby Otter Swim School partnered with Westgate Resorts to host Splash for the Spectrum.
So those children are the forgotten children. You just have to learn how to deal with them, right? To learn their exceptionalities and adapt.
Children on the autism spectrum are taught basic swimming skills and what to do if they accidentally end up in the water.
And the child learns how to put their face in the water, the proper way to kick, learns to swim to the steps, learns to swim to the wall, and the last day they learn if they fall into turn, kick, reach.
The 5-day program is offered to babies as young as 8 months old up to senior citizens. And it's given Melena the confidence to book summer family vacations she normally wouldn't, like a cruise and a trip to Puerto Rico.
I feel more comfortable, like that he knows how to swim.
If you're interested in swim classes for your kid or would like to make a donation to help another afford a class, we'll have Baby Otter Swim School information linked on our website, WFTV.com. In Orange County, Sam Martello, Channel 9 Eyewitness News.
Right at the end of College Avenue in the historic town of Eatonville now sits Orange Technical College.
We want it to be an area for the community. You know, we want to make sure that the community have options.
It's a career and technical education option that the community and beyond can take advantage of. The campus offers electrical, welding, and plumbing apprenticeships, as well as paraprofessional and GED prep courses. As the town continues pushing to keep its legacy alive, Mayor Angie Gardner says hiring CTE workers will be so important to building a museum, affordable housing, and rebuilding the town's pipe system.
Now you have the opportunity in the town to get all those skills that you need right now before those projects begin.
At the ribbon cutting, choir students from Hungerford Elementary, which sits right next to the Orange Tech campus, were able to see the direct access this campus can offer them. Mayor Gardner says no matter where the students are from or where they plan on going, there is no excuse to not take advantage of it.
Education is the key to anything. Without knowledge, your doors will close.
I promise I'm working and not just having fun.
It was my first time at the annual International Association of Amusement Parks and Attractions, or IAPA Expo, so I had to get the full experience.
I think I did it right. I can't see anything.
It's the globe's largest convention for the attractions industry. Where better to host it than Orlando, the theme park capital of the world.
This is kind of the thrilling bread and butter of what we do. We bring together this year, almost 34,000 attendees.
More than 1,000 companies from across the world are here for this convention, showcasing their latest and coolest technology, games, and fun rides like this one.
We've done so many projects here in town. We've been fortunate to work with Disney, Universal, SeaWorld.
Local companies are here too, trying to sell some of their theme park technology.
It's fantastic for us to find homegrown talent. I probably have half my staff has UCF engineering degrees, and that's a big benefit to us. We want to create local jobs.
Today, SeaWorld shared details about Pipeline, its new surf coaster set to open in spring 2023, and gave us the first glimpse at the ride's vehicle.
The ride vehicle restraint system is designed to move or heave vertically a little bit, so it's like you're controlling your center of gravity on your surfboard while you're maneuvering these wave elements.
The theme park industry has had to adapt to challenges brought on by the pandemic.
We're looking at the market in a post-COVID world and saying, how do we respond to what the industry needs now?
The overall sentiment at this year's expo is that the industry is bouncing back.
We're just happy to see, the industry's recovering from the pandemic.
And now I'm dizzy.
Reporting in Orange County, Christy Turner, Channel 9 Eyewitness News.
All new this morning, we're introducing you to a very special team with Orange County Fire Rescue. Channel 9's Christy Turner is here with me now. And Christy, you got the chance to spend the morning with this team recently.
Yeah, what a fun time. You can see instead of rushing to emergencies on 4 wheels, they have 2, and that means they can get to places ambulances just can't, and that's helping speed up response times.
They're pedaling paramedics.
It's just nice to incorporate a hobby with a job as well.
Lori Clay and Eric Olson are on the bike team with the Orange County Fire Rescue Department.
This is just a cool thing to do with the fire department.
You'll see them cruising around at major events packed with people.
If you need us, we're here. Thank you. Most of the time we're on our bike up and down I-Drive, just patrolling, listening for calls.
When the emergency call comes in, they kick it into high gear.
If it's a big event, then the engine and rescue have a hard time getting through traffic.
The bike team is equipped to respond to any call. They carry everything from Band-Aids to an AED.
Well, we can do everything that you could do in a rescue.
The bikes provide better mobility.
We're able to maneuver a little bit faster.
Cutting down their response time.
We can get there as fast as possible, beat the engine or rescue into the call. And a lot of times we are there minutes ahead of them.
Minutes matter during an emergency.
If we can get there quicker than the engine, then saving a life may happen a little bit sooner.
Now, how great is that?
Such a cool story to share. And a fun fact, those packs that carry all the equipment, they're about 40 pounds each.
Wow.
So that's a workout.
For many, it was their first time watching a rocket lift off in person, and it was a stunning sunrise launch here at the Cape.
We have mission and liftoff.
The United Launch Alliance Atlas V rocket blasted off from the Cape this morning.
It was amazing. Why is the trail glowing?
The sunrise offered a beautiful backdrop as the rocket soared into space over the water, leaving people like Other Hamblin in awe.
It was awesome. It was it kind of blew me away a little bit. So yeah, I was very, very impressed. Not something we get to see every day.
People traveled from all over to watch, including the Kretschmers from Germany.
It was amazing, like all the lights and stuff.
It was beautiful, yeah.
It's an important mission about national security for the U.S. Space Force. The rocket will place a missile warning satellite into orbit.
It's early missile warning, early missile detection, and then responding to that threat in real time, which is extremely short and extremely critical.
Jeff Coward is a huge space exploration fan. Catching his first rocket launch in person is unforgettable.
It's worth seeing it in person. We actually get to see it in person was a true bucket list check off.
It's rare that we get to see 2 launches in a day on our Space Coast, so some people tell me they're definitely coming back for this SpaceX launch plan for tonight. Reporting at Port Canaveral, Christy Turner, Channel 9, Eyewitness News.
And that big tree, everything is we lost everything. We lost every tree.
Rhonda Shelp is still coming to grips with what happened to her property.
I've never evacuated for any hurricanes. We've never had this much damage. In less than 2 minutes, we've had more damage than I've ever seen in over 20 years.
She's among the dozens of tornado victims in Melbourne's Exora Park community. This home footage shows just how violent conditions were. This is someone's carport getting blown down the street. Today we watched as residents swept driveways, climbed rooftops, and carried away downed tree limbs, while FP&L crews dealt with downed power lines overnight. It took a crew of about 10 trucks to get the electricity restored by sunup. According to the National Weather Service, the tornado touched down yesterday afternoon. With the winds as strong as 75 miles per hour, it's considered a weak tornado with a classification of an EF0, but it roared through the neighborhood for 3 minutes. This bird's eye view shows all the newly tarped roofs in the area. Several cars were ruined. The twister even tossed this boat console. Rhonda's husband, Rick, spent the morning looking for it.
Of course, boats destroyed, cars were tore up.
They live a block away. This is their boat now. Still, the Shelps feel fortunate.
It's a mess, absolute mess, but we're lucky. We're lucky.
Yeah.
We're very, very lucky.
From stocking up on supplies to creating an evacuation plan, Central Florida residents need to gear up for this year's hurricane season.
Just as we're preparing here today, we encourage every resident to also prepare.
County leaders across the region are also taking steps to keep you safe. Friday, the Seminole County Office of Emergency Management hosted its annual hurricane exercise. This was in partnership with more than 40 agencies like the Sheriff's Office, Duke Energy, and the 7 cities within the county. More than 600 calls, some with scenarios that have actually happened before and some that have not, came through the operations center while each agency worked to respond.
We want to learn some things today. We want things to break today, not when a hurricane's approaching.
The county is also taking lessons learned to better help its residents. The Seminole County Fire Department is adding to its fleet to help those in flood-prone areas.
We now have 2 new 6x6 high-water multi-use rescue vehicles.
Leaders are urging planning and preparing ahead of this hurricane season.
We really believe this is important. Planning and training is where it's at, because it's not a matter of if, it is really a matter of when a hurricane will come here to the Central Florida area.
A high volume of cases and not enough staff. You can see the chaos it's causing. This massive line here at the Orlando Immigration Office. Today, U.S. Immigration Services announced a major change to hopefully help tackle the backlog.
Tempers flared outside the Orlando Immigration Office. People pushed and shoved in line. Fed up after spending days desperately waiting for their mandatory appointment.
Yeah, I live in my car. Yes.
Tired?
A lot of tired.
This man has been stuck in line for 5 days. Congresswoman Val Deming says the scheduling system is broken.
We're going to do everything within our power to make this system better
than it is right now.
U.S. Immigration Services announced a new policy going into effect tomorrow. Most immigrants with recently expired or soon-to-be expired work permits can continue working on those documents for up to 540 days instead of the current 180. ICE says it should help chip away at a massive backlog it blames on a precarious financial situation, only made worse by the pandemic. For now, people plan to keep waiting. They say the potential consequences are too high.
Come back another day and do it all over again. That's the idea.
Immigration Services says this time frame gives the agency a chance to address the staffing shortages and potentially implement more practices to help work through the pending caseloads. In Orlando, Christy Turner, Channel 9 Eyewitness News.
Ahead of Thursday's grand opening, we got a sneak peek of the newest thrill ride here at Islands of Adventure, the Jurassic World Velocicoaster. After a challenging year during the COVID-19 pandemic for theme parks, this is creating a lot of buzz. It's fast. It's intense. My photographer and I went for a test ride on the new Jurassic World Velocicoaster.
That's why this is billed as Florida's fastest ride. It can reach 70 miles per hour in 2.4 seconds.
Relentless is a perfect word to describe this coaster. The pacing is exceptional, and we really did want to break the mold of what a coaster is. It doesn't lose steam. It keeps going all the way until the brakes down.
Shelby Honey says it's a project 4 years in the making.
Getting to this point is such an incredible feeling. We are so excited to welcome the first guests.
Especially after the roller coaster of a ride for theme parks and park goers caused by the COVID-19 pandemic. This new coaster could help bring back crowds.
Just celebrating a great time right now.
Gregory Hall says the timing couldn't be better to unveil this project.
Everything's opening up, and it's just something brand new for the guests. And you could tell when they're walking here, they're so relieved, they're so excited.
The coaster debuts to the public Thursday. If you're an adrenaline junkie, Hall says there is a lot to enjoy. Some other unique features of this roller coaster includes a barrel roll right there over the water and 12 seconds of airtime, which makes it feel like you're popping out of your seat weightless. Reporting in Orange County, Christy Turner, Channel 9 Eyewitness News.